Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be our last video for this weekend. And once we're done talking about the Alchemist tower here that you can see, that's really not much of a tower. But we'll talk about the next steps and what's coming up next. We are almost done building the Sandyton series, but let's stay focused on what we're at right now, which is the Alchemy Tower, or just the Alchemist hut. I had kind of fun doing this idea of having this draped cloth come down and around, just kind of as an awning, and I think it worked pretty well. So we have several things to talk about with the Alchemy Tower because there's a lot going on. We need, by level 5, 10 blocks of soul sand, which you can see I've got 5 here. There's 5 on the other side. It's symmetrical and it's identical. The one catch with the Alchemy Tower is that level 1 has no soul sand, but level 2 will have 4 soul sand, and then you'll get 2 more for each level. You'll end up at 10 soul sand per level. We need 5 brewing stands total, 1 brewing stand per level. That is our other requirement for the Alchemy Hut. And then we have one more, which involves all of these oak leaves. We need to have some place for the alchemist to come over, and he will boop or work on the leaves here to collect mistletoe. And to do that, you can use any leaf you want. Could be azalea leaves, could be spruce, could be, whatever would be biome appropriate for the style that you are building, but they just have to be able to reach and work with the leaf blocks to collect mistletoe. And the other thing I've provided to the alchemist hut here is a bit of extra storage. It's one of the other huts, like the mechanic, that can actually fill up pretty quick. So the alchemist will produce potions that the druid will then use in combat. So he can fill up with glass bottles, he can fill up with empty water bottles, or just water bottles in general. Since they don't stack, he can fill up his storage really quite fast with those before he makes potions. And then of course potions themselves don't stack, so there's a little bit of work there that I believe the Minecolonies team may be looking at, just to smooth that out a little bit. But otherwise, you need a little more storage for the Alchemy Hut. You can see we've got just a plain wall, nothing special. It's capped off with a half block of cut sandstone slabs, and this is really designed to go into our shopping district, which, let's go ahead and jump on over here. We haven't looked at this in a little while. We've got our road prototype here anyways. I think it's actually pretty good. I like the roads, the way they turned up. I don't have the sound on right now, but if I did, you get that clunky sound as you walk on the mud bricks, but then you get a different sound when you step up off of them. So that's kind of a fun little experience there. We've got all our shops. We've already discussed and looked at all of these, but all of the new stuff here is down at the other end. We just got to run down there really quick. That was our flower shop. There's our dyer's hut, the enchanter's tower, enchanter's hut. We've got our tavern. Here's our glass blower, our mechanic's hut. For some reason my buttons are missing from up here. I think I'm supposed to have buttons up there anyway. I'd have to go look at the schematic. We've got our Fletcher over here. This is of course our concrete maker. Boy, it sure sticks out among the facades, doesn't it? And then of course we have our alchemy hut. And it just nestles right in here. Looks pretty good. It'd probably look a little better if it wasn't on the end. But one of the things that I'll have to do is create side decorations, and we covered that I think all the way back at the beginning when I built the first few shops. Having a decoration on the side that you can then place over here that will cap this off and make it look a little nicer, so that these stray blocks aren't sticking out. just make it look a little better. Especially then you could actually separate the stores out. If you didn't want them lined up side by side, you could separate them out and have them as individual buildings. You would just have to place the decoration block on the side. But moving forward here, we have just a few things left. We have to build the nether miner here. That's our alchemy tower. We've got our graveyard here, and we need to build the mystic site. So I skipped over those two. So next weekend, feel free to look forward to those. And then of course, once that is done, it'll be time for me to break all of these down into their leveled schematics, just like we have over here. And that will be pretty much it for Sandyton. Then it'll be time to test and play and, well, adjust. So, as usual, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you all being here. Have any questions, comments, make sure you leave those down below. And I will see you in the next video when we jump into the Mystic site and then the alchemy or the nether miner.